I mean, yeah. And sometimes I just get really mad, you know, I'm like in a rage and I just want to smash those pumpkins. But despite all that rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage, you know? Girls About Town, Puerto Valor, honk. Start your day with a lazy morning relaxing by the water and enjoy a traditional breakfast of pancakes and coconut sauce and strong Valorian coffee. Then make your way to the beach, where you can sun yourself while enjoying a good book and snacking on delicious tropical fruit. The sweet, juicy flavors of fresh Valorian produce simply can't be beaten. Once the day starts to cool, make your way to the casino and try our luck at the tables until it's time for dinner at the hotel's world-class restaurant. The chef's special is out of the world. Finally, sit at our bar on the beachside terrace, sipping a cocktail and losing yourself in the stunning saffron sunset. Or the bartenders arresting as your eyes. This is just one of the many ways to wild down a day in delectable Puerto Valor. If it sounds like your idea of fun, then don't delay. Start planning your trip today. Thanks, I hate it. Travel guide, the bartender's hot. I know, right? There's no shortage of attractive women in this world. You don't need to go so far out of your way to find one. Hey, stop it. No. Oh, I see what you're after. There's a tag, which is something Kitty likes to chew on. Alright. I see what you're after this whole time. This whole time, you were just after that. All the times, every single time since you were a little kitten trying to get up here, just to snack on that. That's plastic and glue. Realize that, right? Kitty Go-Go. Oh, I didn't realize this door was open up here. I've been up here and I just ran right past it. Story mode.
I welcome you once again to Angola. As I believe you know, it is my privilege to serve as High Lama of this most sacred temple.
Llama drama.
I am to address you as Your Holiness, correct? Might I ask what you and your people know of my companion?
Why, everything, of course. We have awaited his coming ever since the day he entered this world, in the castle of Dundrasil.
What did I build? I built her as spears.
What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I say, nothing more. Tell me, do you recognize the symbol on this?
Wow. That's a lot, Arceus. I thought I was the only one streaming DQ11 right now.
It is the emblem of Dundrasil. Since the Age of Heroes, the princes of that nation have come here to train with us for 6 years of their youth. Your young friend was born a prince of Dundrasil. Thus did we expect him to come here as a boy and study under the great Grand Master Pang.
Yeah, but I had a
Sadly,
huge pang of
that
guilt.
was not to be.
So if fate had been kinder, you would have spent a good part of your childhood here. What of his tutor, this Grand Master Pang you speak of?
When the Lord of Shadows brought the world tree low, the Master set out to summon
It's
a
true.
magical
All of that is
mandala
true, yes.
to protect the temple from destruction. The spell succeeded, but its power was too great. Grand Master Pang did not return.
A noble sacrifice indeed.
Now that the Master is
Arceus,
gone,
if you did have a
it
vote, by the
falls to
way,
me
just
to
at me,
guide you.
and I will get you down on
Come to
those
the field
cheers
of
from earlier,
discipline.
dude. Thank you again
It
for the
lies
support.
behind this hall. There is something you must see.
The Field of Discipline, and it's just like it's just a rice field. It's like, it's the special
It's a shame
magical
that the
field of
Grand Master
discipline.
cannot be
Go,
here.
go harvest our
I would
crops.
have liked to meet one so noble.
Number
Come,
119.
let us see what His Holiness has in store.
What is 119? 119 is Tales of Berseria. Let me just write you down here. Okay. The Field of Discipline, where you'll literally just harvest some crops. That's it. I mean, you'll learn some discipline, to tell you what. Alright, she didn't give me treasures, so I pick her up, walk nicely over here, and just drop. That's what happens when you don't give me treasures. You understand me, little girl? Try again next time, in the next life. Ah, yes, we found the hidden Puff Puff. Every day when the Grandmaster would awaken, I would give him a Puff Puff. Oh, that was kind of a weird loading thing. Pretty. Enchanted Portals. Looks like Cuphead. Some people were angry that it's so similar. Oh, God. If people were angry about similar games coming out, they'd literally be angry about almost every single game in existence. How dare they take inspiration from Cuphead? How dare they? Nobody has the rights to our artistic aesthetic or game genre.
Beyond those doors lies the Field of Discipline, where students of Angri-La strive for enlightenment. Before we tread upon this hallowed ground, let me tell you a little of our history, and of the luminary of legend himself, Erdwin.
Oh, do I have
Before setting out to defeat the Dark
I mean, yeah, tell
Erdwin
me.
came to our temple to learn from the wise ones, who made their homes here even then. The first Grand Master, i.e., accepted him as a disciple and trained him in the secrets of spiritual realization. But he did not train alone. During his time here, he met someone who would change his fate forever.
Who was this person?
Another of Ai Yi's disciples, a young mage whose talent outshone that of all who had come before. A man named Morkant. Erdwin and Morkant would train together every day, each striving to outstrip the other. Though they were fierce rivals, they became firm friends. When their training was complete, Morkant joined with Erdwin in his quest to slay the Dark One. Without Morkant's magic, he might never have prevailed. Before setting out, they carved an inscription into this stone, a pledge of eternal friendship. It has been a treasure of ours ever since.
Morkant. I have not heard the name before.
Now allow me to show you to the field of discipline, if you would be so good as to follow me.
Oh my gosh, the artistic aesthetic is similar, and the guy points his gun just like everybody else points a weapon that they're shooting. Wow. I can't believe they copied Cuphead by having someone point a weapon at somebody to shoot. Crazy. Like, that's their big comparison, is that there's like a Cuphead pointing his gun and then the wizard dude pointing his wand. And it's like, I guess Cuphead just copied Contra on NES or something like that, because I mean... what it really boils down to is whether or not the game is good. I mean, yeah, they're using the same gameplay and the same artistic aesthetic, but nobody owns the rights to that. Nobody owns the rights to that. They can do whatever they want. And taking inspiration to create their own bosses and worlds and mechanics using a similar aesthetic, it doesn't trivialize it. Like, if that's the case, literally every anime is just a copy of another anime. If that's copying, every anime basically looks the same. I can't believe this anime looks like the other anime I watched. Ah, rage! Who cares if they're imitating Cuphead? Fucking every RPG is an imitation of Final Fantasy. Or Dragon Quest, for that matter, since Dragon Quest came out before Final Fantasy. Yeah, every PC shooter on the PC was a Doom clone or an Unreal clone or whatever. It's ridiculous. That's the most absurd complaint of any game I've ever heard. Yeah, Final Fantasy 1 just ripped off Dragons and Dungeons and Dragons, and it's true.
Since the Age of Heroes, many a would-be warrior has spilt sweat and blood upon these flagstones. If your karma had been different...
Alright. What you said, VG, is very fair. There are complete rips of games where people take the assets and try to make their own game. That's stealing, okay? Taking an aesthetic and a gameplay style and making it your own with your own unique designs is not copying. It's called inspiration. If that were the case, like half of my emotes would be stealing. 99% of all emotes on Twitch would be stealing. 99% of all games would be stealing. 99% of every artistic everything would be stealing, because you know what? I don't know about you, but Megadeth, Metallica, old Metallica, they sound exactly, they're both heavy metal. Copied. Art is 80% inspiration. If you are drawing your own unique things or creating your own unique assets or artistic, expressions, whether it be music, games, just, traditional art like portraits and stuff, if it's the same aesthetic, it doesn't matter. That's not copying. What does matter is tracing art or taking the actual assets of something else and using them, repurposing them. Like a lot of people were tracing emotes and then just changing the hair color or something. That's stealing, you know? Taking inspiration from Cuphead's aesthetic and gameplay to create your own game and drawing the art yourself with, you know, drawing, like Cuphead drew an octopus, okay? Cuphead is an octopus. If they drew a cow in the same style, that's not copying. That's just using an artistic aesthetic. This is the most bogus BS horseshit complaint ever. If it's some Chinese knockoff thing where they're actually like taking the assets and copying and just changing the hair color or something, that's one thing. But it's not.
This is where you would have trained under Grand Master Pang, like all the princes of Dundrasil before you. I have brought you here so that you might stand in the footsteps of your ancestors. An unbroken line leading all the way back to the Age of Heroes. Even your grandfather, Lord Robert, completed his training here. The memory of his achievements shall live long in the temple's memory.
His achievements?
It's true.
Pang was a harsh
Oh my
master.
god.
With this implement, disciples whose efforts were lacking were given motivation directly to their fundament.
Oh,
It
what's her name
became known
died?
as the Naughty Stick.
Wow. You should
During
not
the course
know.
of his 6 years of tuition, your grandfather's right honorable posterior was paddled an unprecedented 10,000 times. The tale of Lord
Wow.
Robert's road to enlightenment lives on to this day. Every disciple knows that he must focus at all times, lest he face the same fate.
I don't want to get my butt whipped by some freaking kid. Bring Master
Legendary achievement.
Master
indeed.
Cute Girl back.
You are worried for your grandfather, yes? Do not be. Lord Robert overcame every challenge set for him by the Grand Master, and emerged stronger every time.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking that Lord Grandmaster Pang was the
fall of
one girl
Wild
that
Tree
taught
would
Dab.
not have been enough to extinguish one so resilient. He is alive. I sense it. Tonight there will be a modest feast in the High Hall to celebrate your long-awaited arrival. We would be greatly honored if you would join us.
So that's where
We
Dab
may
Rab
not
the
be
Dab
able to
was.
aid you as we would have done were Master Pang still with us. But in this respect at least, we can provide.
That night, the High Lama Ding Dong holds a banquet in Hong's honor. The long-suffering disciples are overjoyed to have an evening's respite from the training and eat, drink, and dance till the early hours. Then morning comes. That is one thing that DQ games never
Wake
really
at
do
last.
is
It
create
is high time we were on our way.
cutscenes in a
If
meaningful
the
way.
Grandmaster was still alive,
Very much.
perhaps we might have learned something to help us in our fight against the Lord of Shadows.
Like if it were Final Fantasy, there
Sadly,
would be a
it's
whole
not to be.
whole stage set for just that little party, and you'd have NPCs and unique dialogue and cutscenes and all sorts of stuff that would give a lot more depth to the game. But in a DQ game, it's just like, oh yeah, this happened, da 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 da, you know. And it's not that big of a deal, but it is a nice little touch that I do appreciate. The Sutra of Angry Law. Oh. I didn't know if I wanted to read this. On the nature of the naughty stick. Honk! The Grandmasters of Angry-La wield a mighty weapon whose name echoes through the ages. I speak not of the wave cutter's scimitar, nor the staff of the torn clouds. No, I speak of the naughty stick. The origins of this legendary tool of instruction can be traced back to the very founding of Angry-La. It is said that the stick itself chose the very first Grandmaster. Some believe that it was carved from a branch of Yggdrasil, and that even a dragon cannot break it, though it tried with all its might. Of course, it is best known for its use in punishing young monks for lapses of focus. The pain it inflicts is rumored to be so severe that acolytes fear that their very souls have been spanked from their bodies. Naughty. Naughty little boys. And then the Fire Nation attacked, exactly. I don't think there's anything back there. It's for punishing people when they've been naughty.
And the hermit? What news of him?
Forgive us, Your Holiness. The monsters on the mountain path were too strong. We were unable to reach him.
I see.
Your Holiness, is there a problem?
Yes, Sir Hendrik. I fear there is. You see, 2 weeks ago a hermit visited us, unannounced. Then just as suddenly departed for the top of the mountain.
Oh no!
Whatever for?
He climbed a mountain!
That I do not know. The moment he heard that Master Pang had passed away, he ran from the temple. He was last seen climbing the path to the summit. The mountain has become infested with monsters, emboldened and strengthened by the rise of the Lord of Shadows. It is a perilous place indeed. This being so, I dispatched a group of disciples to return him to safety. As you can see, things did not go quite as planned.
I have trained all my life for a moment such as this, and yet I have failed in my first true test. I have brought shame upon Angri-La.
You are ashamed. You are
Might we be able to offer
ashamed.
some assistance?
I thank you for your kindness, but you are guests here. I cannot ask you to undertake such a dangerous task.
A knight of Heliodor does not abandon an innocent in need. These people have shown us great kindness. It is only right that we do them a kindness in return. Would you not agree?
No.
Come now, do not be so churlish. The High Lama needs our help. It would not do to let him down.
Thank you from the bottom of my
Wow.
heart, but I cannot allow you to bear this burden alone. I shall come with you. We must depart. to the
Sweet, we
summit
get
of
Krillin in our
Mount
party.
Panlai without delay. After exiting the temple, we will take the path to the east in order to begin our ascent.
Destructo!
Well, Krillin's dead again. Time to go get the Dragon Balls. Ugh. Wait a second. Wait a second. I completed all the quests. Oh! No! Oh no! So many more quests now. I thought that might be the case. I'm glad it is, honestly. I'm glad it is. I'm glad they opened up all the questies. The quest, like I completed all the quests, you know, but they opened it up once I got so far into the game. I'm glad. I can pick these all up. I should go get them. Yeah. Yeah. How many are there? Phenomenon, Academy, Angri-La, Academy, Academy. Maybe Academy? Academy. Cool. That's not bad. I can go to the Academy. Sure. Defeat a mighty monster using a certain pet power. Ugh. Sure. A Braille Serpent that haunts the path and hides away at night. Fearsome foe. Only that means to use pet power. Blaze of Glory. All right. So when it comes to these quests, I'll use these pep pops that are part of DLC. Because honestly, the quests that require you to do a pet power are just really stupid. You just have to sit there and hope that you get your pet power up and stuff. In the Switch version, they always follow you. Well, normally. Where I don't know where Hendrik is. He usually follows you. I think it's in the field map that they field you, but in the Switch version they added that, whereas in the other versions they do not follow you. All right, let's go to. Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm locked out of going anywhere. Cool, and also not cool at the same time. Nautica. Yeah, I do kind of mind you, but thank you for asking. Looks like new exploration thingy. Let's write this down. Let's see, red door, blue door, gray door, magic door, seedling, just outside Angrilla. Okay. Can you actually win in the modulating phase? Yes, absolutely. I mean, it costs 1 salami to spin it, and if you get 2 of a kind or 3 of a kind, you get something. Well, I mean, you get more salami, but yeah. If you're talking about like the grand prize, it's like a 1 in 1,000 chance, and the grand prize actually is just I give 10 gift subs to the channel. It's not like a gamed system or anything. It's just meant as a meme anyway. No, I carried the day. Oh, nice, Hendrik. Give me that enchanted stone. Gimme. Hi, Ghosty. And Treashy. Staff of Anti-Magic. Ooh. Ah. So, I like to write down things that I think will be secrets later on, because my memory is not going to allow me to remember any of that stuff. Yeah, Yoshi likes to show off the size of his salami, it's true. And his 8,000 hours being in the channel. Good God. 8,000 hours of the best content on Twitch.tv.
Our triumph was never in doubt.
Hi, aren't you a cutie? That is the strangest looking cat I've ever seen. How are you supposed to pet that